Hey YouTube, this is Brendan with cotx Prep with another video on how to solve a trig identity, or to prove it. So what we have here is on the left hand side we have tangent of x plus cotangent of x, and on the right hand side we have secant of x plus cosecant of x. So what I notice is on the left side I have two terms, but on the right side I only have one term. Because of this, I'm going to decide to work from the left hand side, which has two terms. Now, as I go through my list of possible ideas, I recognize that one thing I can do when I have two separate terms is to try to turn them into a single term by finding the least common denominator. Since I don't quite have fractions yet, I'm going to go ahead and change everything into sine and cosine so that these fractions appear. So I would have sine of x over cosine of x plus cosine of x over sine of x. And the right side remains the same, just equals secant of x times cosecant of x. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply this left fraction by sine of x over sine of x, because I need my denominators to be the same. And I'm going to multiply this by cosine of x over cosine of x. So when I do that, I'm going to find that sine of x times sine of x is sine squared of x. Sine x cosine of x is just going to be that. It's going to be sine of x cosine of x plus cosine squared of x over cosine of x sine of x. And the right side just equals secant of x times cosecant of x. Now, since my denominators are now the same, sine of x times cosine of x is the same as cosine of x times sine of x, because you can just switch the order with multiplication. I can just go ahead and add straight across the top. So my numerator becomes sine squared of x plus cosine squared of x, and my denominator becomes sine x cosine of x. And again, that equals the right side. Well, if you've watched any of the other videos, you probably know that this is a major Pythagorean identity. Sine squared of x plus cosine squared of x just equals 1. So I can replace that with 1, and then I have 1 over sine of x times cosine of x is equal to secant of x cosecant of x. Well, 1 over sine of x and 1 over cosine of x are reciprocal functions. 1 over sine of x is cosecant, and 1 over cosine of x is secant. So we have cosecant of x is equal to secant of x, or cosecant of x, secant of x is equal to secant of x times cosecant of x. And there you can see that those two sides are definitely equal to each other, and we've proven the identity. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching.